There he is. Hey, it's Huck Flynn. Hey, Huck.
Hey, Perry. Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, man. The star of Conejo Valley Days this Saturday, along with the I should say one of the stars, because this is a big night coming up for you and your brother, right?
Huge night. We haven't played together in years in Thousand Oaks. And, I don't think we've ever played Conejo Valley Days either. I think this might be a first. But, of course, we helped mold the music scene in Thousand Oaks, I'd like to think.
Yeah, you guys are local, man.
In the 70s and early 80s. And they invited us to play Conejo Valley Days this year, and so here we are.
All right, so you guys will be coming on before the suite with, tell us about the All-Star Band.
The All-Star Band, wow. Yeah, I was lucky to get a hold of some of the guys and gals. Myself, my brother Pat, my Rock of Gibraltar, Mike Murphy, who was once with REO and Chucky Weiss and Billy Vera, and he's on keyboard. We've got the drummer Doug, and we've got James Brown's bass player Ray, and then the horn section, Scotty Page, Pink Floyd, Supertramp, Toto, and Bill Bergman, Jack Mack and the Heart Attack. And then, of course, we have the Barracudas, our three female backup singers, Annie Christie, Debbie Porter, and Laverne. And we've been rehearsing this week, and it sounds great, and it feels great.
All right. I can't wait to see the Flynn Brothers, man. 20 years for these guys. They grew up in Thousand Oaks. And
we did. We grew up in Thousand Oaks. We actually came from Redondo Beach, which was where the family landed in California. And then in '64, we moved out to Thousand Oaks and moved 3 blocks away from the Dover and Hendricks Park, where Casey Kasem was bringing out headliners every Saturday night for $1. Yeah. And we would run down there. And he had local bands from Hollywood open, like the Band Without a Name and the Sons of Adam, and they were great. And then he'd have headliners. We saw Sonny and Cher when they were Caesar and Cleo. Whoa. We saw the Fifth Dimension, the Seeds, the Midnighters. Let's Take a Trip Down Whittier Boulevard. Wow, and it was so great because all our friends were hitting on the girls, but Pat and I would stand in front of the stage and watch the chords they were playing to the songs and then run home and pick up our guitars and start playing it.
One of my favorite Huck Flynn bits is the one where you do the opening of, is it Roundabout from Yes?
Yeah.
You do like a flamenco kind of Spanish guitar version. Can we play that? Is that on this?
Yeah, let's play that.
Yeah. You got to hear this, man. Huck Flynn and his brother Pat the Flynn. And we'll get Pat on the phone here in just a few minutes,
Let's do that,
and
yeah.
Huck's also working on a book and a movie, too, that's very exciting.
Right. After high school, I went into the Army. I wound up in Vietnam, and I wound up getting into a rock band in Vietnam and touring for my whole year over there, playing every major base from the north to the south, playing rock and roll for the troops, and they were just so appreciative. And I kind of figured out afterwards, well, that's why I went over there. I was in the Army, but I was in a rock band. So I came back, and years ago, I was just really encouraged by family and friends to start on a novel about my year over there, and I'm like almost finished with it now. It's called Rock and Nom, and I've already had meetings in Hollywood, and they're really interested in making it into a film. And it's just a great romp. I mean, it's like no other story you've ever heard. And we just had wild, wild gigs and wild times over there.
All right. Huck and his brother playing Conejo Valley Days. The Flynn Brothers headlining Saturday night right before the suite. Going to talk some more, and we'll give some tickets away, and we'll get Pat on the phone here in just a minute.
Right on.
Cool. All right, great. Well, that's some good stuff, man. See, it's so easy to interview you because... All right, back with Huck Flynn here on The Octopus. Huck telling us about the book and movie about his experiences in Vietnam that he's working on now. But tell our listeners what happened after that and how you got to be performers from Thousand Oaks.
Well, I came back from Nam in '72 and hitchhiked across the country a couple times and wound up in Houston and met some people that eventually introduced me to Kenny Ortega, who had just got off a big tour. He was the star of the National Touring Company of Hair, And all those just ended. Godspell, Jesus Christ Superstar, Tommy, and Hair just ended. So he gathered his little cast and he was writing this rock musical called Bimbo's Cosmic Circus. And so I met him and we just jived immediately. I played him some songs and he goes, "Oh, you're the guy." So I started writing the score for the play. And we did it in San Francisco. We did it at the Aquarius Theater in Hollywood. Then we did it at the Starwood in Hollywood. Had lines around the block. Kiss was in the audience every night in the front row in their makeup. Lots of celebrities came. June Lockhart, Sal Mineo, Joni Mitchell. They all came to the show. Then we went down to San Diego and did it at the Off-Broadway Theater in San Diego and had a lot of success with it. And Kenny, of course, went on to be a choreographer and a director, did Dirty Dancing. He did Hocus Pocus. He directed High School Musical 1, 2, and 3, and then just recently the Michael Jackson movie. I went on to go back to Thousand Oaks, put a band together, and started playing at the Hungry Hunter, brought my brother in, and we started rocking Thousand Oaks, and we started getting so many people in the bar of the Hungry Hunter that they actually had to put up ropes at the top of the stairs so nobody else could get into the bar or the fire department would shut them down. So we rocked the Hungry Hunter from 76 to about 83, 84. Then I went out with Otis Day and the Knights on tour to the East Coast as their opening act. And then I came back, and then I got a gig on Knots Landing, and the band appeared with me on Knots Landing. We did an episode. And then I came back from that, did a couple of films, a couple of songs, and a couple of movies. Then I went up to the Bay Area and got into stand-up comedy as the rock and roll comedian, Huck Flynn, the rock and roll comedian. And I've been doing that ever since. But I've been in the studio a lot doing music and done excuse me, and done a lot of music gigs over the last few years.
All right. Should we get Pat on the phone, Huck?
Yeah, let's get him on the phone.
Yeah, let's see if we can connect with Pat Flynn here, and we'll resist the temptation to crank call him. Okay, that would not be a very nice thing to do to a stranger. 832, but
he'd probably
Huck,
crank call you back.
Yeah,
actually,
Huck, yeah, feel free to. So you should hear him on the phone here in just a second. Yeah. He's not going to answer the phone. He knows better.
Hello.
Patrick.
Yeah.
It's your brother, and I'm in the studio with Perry on the Octopus 95.9.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, man. Hello in Nashville.
Who's Huck Flynn? I don't understand this. What is this call referring to?
Yeah.
Hey, it's Huck Flynn. You might have heard of me.
Yeah. Perry, thanks for having us.
Hey, man. I can't wait to see you guys. Big fans, and been a long time in Thousand Oaks for the Flynn Brothers.
I know.
Yeah, Huck's just given me his story of his life here, and running out of tape. No, I'm just kidding.
Pat, I left out the part where we snuck out the window to run down to the girls' slumber party, and I left that out, buddy.
Right. Perry, the bottom line is don't give him any money.
Well, we got to congratulate Pat for something that he was voted just recently, got a nice award for his work there from Guitar Magazine, Acoustic Guitar Magazine, right?
Yeah, gotten some guitar awards over the years, Perry. But it's just a lucky thing to be able to do what you love to do, and you know what I mean by that.
I'm gonna have you guys kind of talk a little bit together.
Well, Pat, I told him that along with Newgrass Revival, that along the way you received a lot of awards, and I think that I referenced one award, most influential acoustic guitar player from Acoustic Guitar Magazine.
Yeah.
Which is very impressive. And then I also told him that recently you were the musical director on the Buckaroo Banzai Michael Martin Murphey CD that actually got nominated for a Grammy Award.
Yeah, it's Buckaroo Bluegrass was the title. We got a Grammy nomination. We lost to Steve Martin because Steve did a banjo album, but I knew that was coming. And a lot of Grammy nominations over the years, and this one was particularly sweet because I had been bugging Michael Murphy over the years to do something a little different, and we did a contemporary acoustic album, and it was very well received.
So I guess you guys weren't wild and crazy enough to win that award, huh?
Murphy's a great artist,
Yeah, we love him.
Hey, Pat, what is the one story about your brother Huck Flynn that nobody knows and has never been told on the radio before? Is there?
Perry, you're tempting me here. You're tempting me.
Come on, there got to be something.
Well, we're not talking to third grade or fourth grade kids out there now.
No, this is an adult show. No, it's adult
rock.
rock.
Before I tell this story,
yeah,
John, I'm going to clean this up.
Uh-oh.
But I love this story because it just cracks me up. John was a resident band leader in Thousand Oaks for many years, and occasionally one of the beautiful ladies who was in attendance, Perry, would, they'd need a lift home,
Okay.
So John drops this lady off at home, and as he's leaving, he notices that her husband is coming out of the house and gets in his car, and he's beginning to pursue John down the street. So John gets a little nervous, and he starts driving a little faster. Guy drives faster. John turns right. Guy turns right. John tries a couple of moves. Guy follows right behind him. So finally, they're doing about 90 miles an hour, and John finally...
Down the railroad tracks by the fairgrounds.
So John finally runs out of somewhere to turn, Perry, and about as freaked out as a human being can be, he jumps out of his car and says, What? Are you going to shoot me? What are you going to do? What is it? And the guy gets out and goes, I'm sorry, Huck, my wife left her purse in your car. I'm just trying to get...
He says, I just want her purse.
Yeah. Is that a great story?
Oh, man.
Yeah. Show business is a wonderful thing, Perry.
Yeah.
Pat, I thought you were going to tell the story of me in Little League whacking the ball to deep center and jogging around, doffing my cap to the crowd.
Well, John was, he was 11 years old, and he had a home run trot. I don't know how you developed that. But the problem is that the ball, which he thought had gone over the fence,
I didn't see the ball hit the scoreboard.
Had been caught by the center fielder, and John in his home run trot was tagged out at second, and as Vince Scully, as Vince Scully would say, they are breaking the news to him gently.
Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah.
That's some great stuff, man. Yeah, that's great stuff. Okay, cool. All right. Well, geez, man, it's great to have both Flynn brothers.
This is a first, and you may not get it again.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Patrick, thank you very much for taking your time. I know you got sessions all day and tomorrow. And call me tomorrow morning. I'll pick you up at the airport, and we got a rehearsal tomorrow night.
And Perry, I hope you guys can come out. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Perry's going to be there.
Oh, I'm there. I mean, I got to bring on the suite, so I'm going to be there for the whole thing, man. Yeah, I can't wait.
I'll say hi to you in person.
All right, I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much for doing this, man.
You got it.
Okay,
see you, bro.
All right,
Bye.
Pat. Thank you, buddy. Bye-bye. All right. Brotherly love. Yeah, that's good. All right, Huck Flynn. Well, Conejo Valley Days, Saturday night, right before the suite.
Thank you, Perry, and give some tickets away, play some clips if you like, and we'll see you Saturday night. Maybe you're going to be there a little earlier.
I'll be there early for you guys.
Why don't you just bring us up too?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That'd be fun.
Okay. Cool.
Because Fraser Smith was your buddy was going to be there, and he got called off on emergency to Detroit, where he's from.
Yeah.
I told him on the phone yesterday. I said, I guess you got to go when the Red Wings need a backup goalie.
That's probably what it is.
And anyway, so he's not going to make it, so we'd love to have you introduce us. That'd be great.
Oh, I'd love to. Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you. What an honor. God, yeah. Jeez.
So we hope everybody comes out because we're going to rock it on Saturday at 6 o'clock.
All right. Man, I got like